Last week on GearGasms, we explored the high gain sounds that this Marshall DSL100 can produce. Well, this week we're going to channel 1 and we're going to explore the clean and crunchy tones today right here on GearGasms. Hi kids, welcome to GearGasms. I'm your host Alan Barnes. Last week we took this Marshall DSL100H. We put it through all the high gain fun that we could possibly have in one episode. This week we're coming back. We're going to look at the clean channel. It has two modes, clean and crunch. They're amazingly good. Especially the cleans are kind of unsung with this amp. So today we're going to go down that road. We're going to throw a few guitars at it. We're going to have a lot of fun and see what this guy can do without even touching the lead channel. Before I forget, I am wearing a cliched multiple guitar t-shirt. I got it for Christmas. You know the shirt. It basically says, oh, I have too many guitars. You've seen a million of them. I like this particular one. I chose to wear it because we are in fact going to be throwing a lot of guitars at this amp over these two episodes. Now can you believe it? 2 weeks in a row I'm wearing the same shirt. P.U. Well, we're going to get right into the playing without any further delay. As a matter of fact, there's going to be no delay on this video. We're not using any external effects. The signal path is going to be super simple. That microphone against that speaker right there going into my DAW. No EQ, no After Effects, no nada. Straight from there into the video editing software. I want you kids to hear how this amp sounds without any color. The only effect you'll hear at all in these videos is the built-in reverb. But before we get into the playing, first, the data. Of course, this is a 2-channel amp. It has power and standby. We're running it in the 50-watt mode. I'm keeping all the EQs at noon, to borrow a phrase from my buddy Mark Agnesi. We are not going to use the tone shift knob. We're going to just play with the volume and gain, leave everything else set to noon, and do the test that way. But this 2-channel amp, it does share an EQ section for both channels. Each channel has its own reverb. The reverb's a little bit weak, but it'll do. It has a resonance and a presence knob. It has a tone shift button in the middle, which kind of gives it a scooped mids. And on lead 2, it sounds a little bit, dare I say, like a Mesa Boogie amp. Getting past the EQ section, each channel has its own volume and gain. Each channel has its own mode. The Ultra Gain channel has a lead 1 and lead 2 modes. The Classic Gain channel has a clean and a crunch. It's pretty simple. Input in the front. On the back, of course, there are multiple speaker outs. There is an on and off for the effects loop. The first guitar that we're going to apply to the clean channel today, believe it or not, we're going to try it with a Les Paul. Not just any Les Paul, an Epiphone Les Paul. Why the Epiphone Les Paul, you say, when I got a genuine Gibson Les Paul sitting behind me? Because I want to make sure that I give this thing a wide range of guitars. I'm not going to throw a lot of expensive gear at the front of this thing. I want you to hear how it sounds with the tools of the everyman. Stuff that we've all got. Okay, now we're going to throw a Gretsch 5420T at the clean channel. You almost know right away it's going to sound amazing, but we're going to let you hear it anyway. It'll sound gorgeous. It's a gorgeous guitar. It's going to have a gorgeous sound through the Marshall. I think you'll really, really appreciate how it sounds. Now we're going to go crunch with another Epiphone, the Epiphone 339. This bad boy is made in China or Indonesia or someplace that's not the USA, but that's okay. It's got a couple of P90 pickups in it. It should sound pretty darn sweet through the crunch channel of the Marshall. Let's find out. Now we're going to be plugging the Gretsch 5420T still into the clean channel, but we're going to switch it over to crunch and see how this big hollow-bodied beast takes the crunchy hairiness of the green channel of the Marshall. It should be a lot of fun. Let's find out how it's going to sound. Well, kids, we went through all the clean settings with a bunch of different guitars. We did clean, we did crunch, we didn't mess with the EQ, we didn't mess with the tone shift switch, we didn't mess with resonance or presence, because there are a million different combinations that you could do with this amp just in those two voices with different guitars, different pickups on those guitars, all the different EQ sweeps that you can do here. If I tried to make a video like that, it would be YouTube's longest video. I'd probably be thrown off the platform. I'd be deplatformed, as they like to say, and I'd be out of here. But instead, we tried to make it succinct. If you're interested in getting one of these amps, the first thing you probably thought of is the high gain stuff, but I tell you, the cleans are absolutely gorgeous. The crunch is amazing. You could turn the clean channel, the gain all the way up, and get some really just starting to get hairy classic rock tones. Dare I say JTM 45, dare I say Blues Breaker. Pop the switch and you're on the crunch, and you've got the full range of classic rock sounds from the early 70s on. Plexi for days. It's such an underrated aspect of this Marshall head. It's called a dual super lead, but really there's kind of 4 channels in this thing. It's killer. If you like this video, click the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Tell some friends, because we still need subscribers. Make sure you come back here week after week. We're always going to have something new. We're always going to have something fun for you. Thank you, as always, for your time. I'm Alan Barnes, saying we will see you again right here on GearGasms.